debt. It's one of those universal issues that transcends things like race, creed, color, nationality, national origin, sexuality, whatever you can think of. It's something that we can all relate to. Why? Because it impacts us all equally and indiscriminately. It does not care who you are. It doesn't care where you came from. Debt is here to be a burden on you, all right? It's like a dark storm cloud with lightning bolts shooting out everywhere, just causing destruction in its wake. And it's coming for you. That's what this training is all about, okay? It came for me as well. And so in my quest, I discovered a proven program to help me pay off $615,932.35 in personal debt. And doing so in about 7 years, 2 months. All without having to cut out all the fun stuff in life, without having to change my current lifestyle. That's the power of this program. Debt is a burden that we don't have to bear. As long as you have a path and an action plan, you can overcome any debt obstacle. But let's talk about it. Debt has been a concern for a long time. It even goes back to biblical times, okay? Where it talks about if you are indebted to someone, you are essentially a slave to that person or entity that you are indebted to. It is a huge deal. It impacts us all equally, okay? Now, billionaire mogul Mark Cuban is quoted as saying, the safest investment you can make right now, paying off your debt. I say take it one step further and say, the safest investment you can make in yourself right now is paying off your debt. You need to get that burden off your back, that monkey that's just causing all kinds of destruction in your life. Get that off your back as soon as possible, okay? So here are the ugly truths. Most of us find ourselves facing common debt challenges, okay? Stressing due to struggles with the heavy debt burden. You're worrying about budget and monthly cash flow. I mean, every time you want to do something, every time you want to go somewhere, every time you want to do anything, the first thing you have to say is, can I afford it? Does it fit into my budget? Do I have the cash flow to support what I want to do? What bills can I shuffle or put off to the next time so I can do this thing that I want to do right now? It's a common theme that impacts a lot of us, okay? And a lot of us even tried a plan or two, or maybe three, to try to get rid of debt. There are a lot of options out there when it comes to trying to eliminate debt, but sometimes they work for us, sometimes they fail. It's just a fact of life. So we feel trapped. As a result, we're stuck kind of like in a spinning cycle, like we're spinning our wheels and going nowhere fast. And it's all because of this issue of this burden of debt over our heads, okay? So the reason some people are able to overcome this issue, this concern, is they have a proven debt elimination system, okay? It allows them to eliminate their debt in record time in most cases, right? They do it without having to make major changes to their budget. You don't have to live to a restrictive budget, trying to cut back on everything, change your whole lifestyle up, cutting out little extras in life, not necessities, cutting out extras, okay? And squaring down and going down to the bare minimum necessities. There's no fun. What's the fun? Where's the fun in that? There is no fun in living life like that. Or even worse yet, having to work a second job or work more on the job, trying to work overtime to make extra money just so you can pay the bills, okay? You see how the whole trap is set? You end up being a slave to the debtor because you end up working hard and all your resources are going to satisfy that debt as opposed to going to making your life better, as opposed to going to growing your investment portfolio and things like that. It impacts your ability to do pretty much everything. You can't even give to charities the way you want to because of this burden of debt. So if you have a proven system to eliminate that, it gives you the ability to attain true freedom from that burden of debt, okay? So again, that's what this training is all about. In this training, I'm going to provide for you a free and fast solution to face all the challenges we just talked about, right? We're going to end debt stress. We're talking about the elimination of debt in record time. No cutting back, no restrictions on your budget, and you definitely don't have to work more, okay? So you finally get to achieve that debt-free lifestyle that'll be so beneficial to many of us. So, a little bit about myself and my adventure, okay? What brought me here? My name is Ed Smith from Southern Maryland, and I am a certified defense financial manager. I work for the Department of Defense, I can't even say, and my job is to manage, money and resources. And I manage billions of government resources pretty much daily, okay? But the funny part is, here I am managing billions of government dollars with my own personal finances out of control, okay? When I sat down and put pen to paper, when I put it on a spreadsheet and listed out my debts to include my mortgage, I was facing over $600,000 in personal debt myself. And I'm like, okay, I cannot have this burden hanging over me for the next 30, 40, 50 years. I need to find a way to take this down, get rid of this pile, so I can use this money for other things, okay? I'm paying about $5,000 a month towards this debt and going nowhere fast. That's $5,000 a month I can use for other stuff, like investing, like, accumulating assets and things like that, okay? So I started looking into ways to eliminate debt. And, there are a lot of programs out there that will help you eliminate debt, but there are certain catches that go along with that, and we'll get into all that later, okay? But the gist of my journey is paying off $600,000 in debt in just over 7 years. In doing so, it's going to save me about 21 years of my life and almost $150K in interest alone, okay? So my goal is twofold. One, to take this adventure myself, pay off my own debt, but two, to document what I'm doing so I can help others do the same. My ultimate goal is to help you totally get debt free in record time, without strict budgets, without cutting back, without working more. That sounds good to you? All right, if so, stick with me. Let's go through this. We're going to talk about this in this one video. We're going to talk about all this, okay? So what I'm going to share with you today is a method of structuring your debt so that you can pay it off in the most efficient manner possible, okay? A lot of financial gurus call it the snowball effect, and we'll talk about that a little bit later and get into what it really is, all right? The second aspect we're going to talk about is a monthly debt elimination accelerators, is what we call it. Basically, where you kick in a little more to help pay off the debt faster. And finally, we're going to talk about a way to increase your monthly cash flow. It's a unique way. This program is a unique way of helping you come up with more money that you can put towards your debt to help pay it off in a faster period of time than you normally would. It's a beautiful synergy. We're going to talk about that in depth, okay? Let's talk about the first part, structuring your debt. Okay, so it's important that you structure your debt so that you get paid off in the quickest time possible, because the longer you carry debt, the more interest you pay, the bigger the burden becomes. So you're now paying because you owe, and you continue to pay because you owe. And so the money that you're putting towards it is not really going to pay off the debt. It's really going to pay off the interest and all that fun stuff that's really hurting you. So we have to get rid of that, okay? There are many, many programs. There's a program by Dave Ramsey, a program by John Commuter. Susie Orman also advocates for debt elimination. And one of the common things you will find about a lot of their programs, one option is what they call the snowball effect. And essentially what that means is, like a snowball, if you take a small snowball and you're at the top of a giant hill and you roll it down that snow-covered hill, again, the hill has to be snow-covered. If you roll a snowball down that hill, as it goes down, it's going to get faster and faster, but it's also going to increase in size. So that by the time you get to the bottom of the hill, you have a giant snowball that's going to plow through whatever is there. Same concept applies to structuring your debt so that you can pay it off faster. And what that basically boils down to is you take your debt and line it up in a manner. You could do it in a spreadsheet. You could do it using, some kind of software program. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is you can do it, write it out on a notepad. But what you want to do is structure the debt in a way that's going to allow you to pay it off faster. And there's a formula, a calculation you can use to determine how long it's going to take you to pay off a certain amount of debt. okay? And so what you would do is take that debt and rank it 1 to however many, and you can do it in many different ways. You can go lowest amount to highest amount, lowest interest to highest interest to lowest interest, whatever works best for you in your situation. It's all individual. It's all independent, okay? Nobody has the exact same issue. Nobody has the exact same process. So you do what works best for you, okay? And bottom line, you start paying off debt. Once you get it prioritized, you start paying off the debt. And then as you pay off one debt, you pay the amount that you were paying towards that debt on the next debt, in addition to what you already pay on that debt. And so that makes your payment bigger. And then you pay off the second debt, and then you just roll it down here and do the same thing for the third. So with the third debt, you're taking the amount you were paying for the first debt and the amount you were paying for the second debt, adding it to the amount you were paying for the third debt. And then you start working on paying off that third debt, and you kind of roll it like that over and over and over again. So the only problem with that is if you are only paying the minimum amount, okay, you are essentially going nowhere fast, because it's still going to prolong your suffering. It's going to drag out the process over the years. You will eventually pay it off, yes, but it's going to take you a really, really long time to do that. Second issue is you may not know the best manner, the more efficient manner to structure your debt to pay it off, okay? So that could be a problem for you as well. So what's the solution? A system that we call the debt elimination system, where you essentially, you load your information into the program. It does all the calculations for you and shows you in real time how long it's going to take for you to pay off your debt. It's going to show you exactly each month what amount to pay towards which debt and how it's going to work so that you can pay off your debt in the shortest time possible. It's a beautiful thing, all right? That's part one. Next, let's talk about a monthly accelerator, okay? Now, talking about that snowball effect we were just talking about, that's a great way to get started. But if you really want to kick it into overdrive, the best thing you can do is add a little each month to the amount that you're paying. It's what we call the debt elimination accelerator, okay? And basically all that is you designate an extra amount that you are going to pay towards your debt each month, in addition to what you're already paying, okay? That amount could be whatever amount you said. It could be $100, it could be $500, it could be $1,000, whatever amount you deem necessary, based on how much debt you have and how quickly you want to pay it off. You take that and you add it to what you're already paying, and you apply that to the snowball effect. And so it's going to help you get out of debt quicker. Now, without that monthly accelerator, you're going to end up stuck where you are. Like I said before, you will eventually pay it off, but it's going to take you a long time. With the accelerator, you end up paying it off a lot faster than you otherwise, normally would. Okay. So the solution is work with a team of professionals to help create your monthly payoff accelerator budget. They work with what you have currently resources. They tap into additional resources that you may have at your disposal, working with you to come up with a good amount that you can afford to put towards your debt accelerator. And then you make your snowball roll down the hill faster and knock out your debt as it goes, okay? So you ultimately get to where you want to be, okay? Now, third aspect. Some people may be thinking to themselves, well, I'm struggling to pay these bills right now. What if I don't have a means of adding a debt accelerator, any extra to my budget? Am I just stuck? What some of the other programs would have you do is they would say something to the effect of, you got into debt by yourself based on your poor spending habits or whatever. It took you a long time to get into debt, so it's going to take you a long time to get out. Suck it up, buttercup. That's essentially what the answer is going to be for you. Find ways to do it. Cut back on things. You don't really need cable. Cut out the cable. You don't really need that nice car. Sell that car. Get an older car that you can pay for, with the cash proceeds, and then take the rest and put it towards paying off your debt. You don't need to go on those vacations. You don't need to buy this stuff for the kids. what's the fun in that? That's no way to live life, having to cut back on everything. Or they may say something like, work overtime, get some overtime pay, and then put that money towards your debt. Is it smart to be responsible with your money? Absolutely. Is it smart to stay in control of how much debt you have and how much you're spending? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way, but there can be an easier, better way. And that way, without having to scale back and without having to work more, is to increase your monthly cash flow. So the solution to that problem that we just discussed: become a debt elimination strategist, just like I am right now. We've teamed up with a company that is a premier company in the direct to consumer personal financial management services. Okay. One aspect of this company's offering is not only will they teach you how to manage your finances, your personal finances, in totality, they will also help you and set up a plan with you to eliminate your debt. But in addition to that, they give you a means to bring in more monthly cash flow that will go towards your debt accelerator so you can knock out the debt in record time. That's the beauty of this program, the beauty of this process, okay? So, you tracking so far? Does this make sense? Does what I'm saying to you right now make sense? Or what I just said to you make sense? Are you getting value from what you learned thus far? I hope so. That is the ultimate goal, for you to pick up on an aha moment and then move forward from there, okay? So, let's build on what we've discussed so far, all right? So, what we're offering is a fast, free solution to show you this proven program to pay off whatever amount you have, $615,932.35 with my mortgage in my case, okay? And you get to do so in record time. In my case, again, a little over 7 years. In your case, it'll be whatever time frame you desire based on, how it all shakes out. And you get to do all this without strict budgets, without cutting back, without working more. Can we say winning? That's what it is. So, what I offer to you is the 7-for-7 personal training program, right? What this program entails is one-on-one training on how to structure your debt, how to work the proven system, the proven process, and how to boost your monthly accelerator by increasing your monthly cash flow. It's not about scaling down. It's not about cutting out all the fun in your life. It's all about making it work for you. You get a personalized game plan, one-on-one training, and unlimited access to myself and others with whom you can network, ask questions, get pointers, get tips, get ideas, okay? Now, we want to invite you to the community, okay? And realistically, for this level of training that you're going to get, and this level of personal attention you're going to get, I can easily charge around $2,500 or more per month. People are paying that right now for coaches and strategists to do this very thing. But here's the deal. Just like my Jake from State Farm voice, here's the deal. Your cost, I'm not going to charge you $2,500 a month. It's going to be free. But only if you act within the next 24 hours. This is a no-brainer really offer, okay? It boils down to two things. Do you want to pay off debt faster, or do you want to keep doing what you're doing? It's a no-brainer. I mean, it's a duh moment, all right? So there's really nothing to procrastinate about. There's really nothing to hang your hat on. Let me think about it. Either you want to or you don't. It's free if you do. That's all I'm saying. Later on, it may not be free. I may start charging. We just don't know. Okay? Now, the program. Let's talk about a couple of things. Who this program is not for. Okay? It's not for looky-loos and curiosity seekers. Okay? If you were the type of person who uses, I was just curious. I'm just being nosy, basically what it boils down to, about what's going on in this community. This is not the place for you, okay? We're here to help you, but we can't help you if you don't want to help yourself. It's not for flaky people or what I call serial procrastinators. A lot of people use procrastination as a means of in their mind, self-defense, but in reality, it's just an excuse to not take action on something because you don't have 100% of all the information at your fingertips. You don't need 100% of the information. You need just enough to make an informed decision. Key factor right there, making an informed decision, okay? This is not for non-action takers, okay? If you're indecisive, if you're wishy-washy, if you can't, put your foot on the gas and accelerate, this is not for you, okay? And last but not least, if you're like one of those freebie seeker, time waster types, you're just out to get whatever free you can and don't want to take the next step to get the help that you need because you need a mentor. I'm telling you, you need a guide. Sometimes in life, you need a guide. And if you're one of those people who are just looking for something for free and don't really want to take the next step, then this is not for you, okay? So on the other side of the coin, who is this program going to be for? 3 types of people. First, the kind of people who are sick and tired of being ruled by debt. You are sick of having that dark cloud hanging over your head, shooting out lightning bolts and just blowing up stuff in your face. You get tired of the debt monsters, I call it, always right there in your face, reminding you that you are in trouble, okay? It's for people who want true time freedom. It's for people who don't want to have to sit around worrying about their debt and worrying about their budget all the time whenever a situation comes up. If you want to go on vacation, you can go on a vacation because you know your money's good. If you want to buy something, you can buy something because you know your budget's straight and you don't owe the world. That is a beautiful, beautiful feeling, and it is a sense of true freedom, okay? And third, action takers. I love action takers. People who see something, know they either want or need it, and then they take the next step. Take the action steps. They can follow directions. If I say go from point A to point C and point C to point Q, they can follow those steps and make it happen. Those are the kind of people I love to work with, okay? So, which category do you fall in? If you're ready, I'm ready, and I want to offer you a fast, free solution showing a proven program to pay off whatever amount of personal debt you have, including your mortgage. And you can do it in 7 years or less. It all depends on how hard you want to go with it, okay? And you do so without cutting back on your activities from your current lifestyle, without living by a strict budget, and you don't have to work overtime just to pay off your bills. You don't have to work to live, okay? That's what it boils down to. So if you're ready, I invite you to become a VIP member of our community. Join our debt-free community. What you get by becoming a VIP member, you get exclusive access to our private VIP Mastermind group, okay? In that group, you get to network with others who are in the same boat as you. You have full access to me. We'll discuss topics. We'll give you ideas. We will sit you down and work out a game plan. We're going to give you a roadmap on how to structure your debt so you can pay it off in the most efficient manner possible, okay? We're going to talk about a solid action plan of how you can eliminate your debt in record time. In my case, saving me over 21 years and 8 months, okay? We're going to talk about how you can do that for yourself. Saving me $145,000 in interest. We're going to talk about how you can do that for yourself, okay? And what I call the piece de resistance, like that French, the piece de resistance. We're going to give you a proven method for creating $3,000 or more per month to use as your monthly accelerator. That alone will allow you to pay off almost any amount of debt in a ridiculously fast amount of time. It's crazy. It is absolutely bonkers, okay? We're going to show you how to do that inside the VIP Mastermind group, okay? So basically you get one-on-one training for yourself. You also get unlimited access to me, and you get group support. We're all in this together, working towards the same goal of becoming debt-free and living the debt-free lifestyle. Doesn't that sound great? Doesn't that sound wonderful? being debt free. Just imagine what your life would be like if you were debt free 7 years from now. Think about it. Just think about that. Okay. So if this sounds like your cup of tea, I invite you to join our community. Become one of us. All right. Join the 7 VIP Mastermind group. Click on the button below and it'll take you through. You drop your name and email, and then you'll join the group and we'll take you from there. Okay. We'll work with you hand in hand. All right. So you're probably thinking right now, there is no way I know how to, set this up myself. There is no way, I can pay off whatever amount of debt I have in 7 years or less. There's no way I can come up with $3,000 a month to go towards a debt accelerator. And that's what I'm here to tell you and share with you and help you accomplish. This is what this community is all about, okay? Again, you get exclusive access to the VIP group. And we're gonna give you a roadmap. We're gonna structure your debt so that you can pay it off fast. You'll understand it when you see it. I'm telling you. You'll get that solid action plan on how to eliminate debt in record time. I mean, you'll get literally a monthly report showing you how to pay off the debt, which debts to pay at this time, and what your balances are, and how long it's gonna take you to pay off your debt. You will see it in the monthly reporting. It's just how it works. And this method for creating the 3K per month, you can learn about that in the group. And it's not as difficult as you think. I'm telling you, it is not as difficult as you think. All right? And then of course, you get the one-on-one training and the unlimited access. That's the beauty of it all. You're not in this by yourself, okay? So at this point, you have a choice. Choices are simple. 2 options. Option A, take advantage of this offer, join the VIP group, eliminate your debt stress and your worry. You take the steps to finally get that burden off your back for good, and you learn how to pay off your debt in record time, okay? Or there's option B, the do nothing. Stay exactly where you are, keep spinning your wheels, because essentially when you're in debt and you're paying minimum amount, you're trapped on a Ferris wheel you're moving, but you're not going anywhere. You're going nowhere fast. That's what it boils down to, okay? So you'll find yourself in the end wondering what coulda, woulda, shoulda. I mean, you'll be sitting here, the 7 years is gonna pass regardless. Would you rather be sitting at the end of the 7 years going, whew, I'm so glad I took advantage of the opportunity when I had it, or man, I wish I would have taken advantage of the opportunity when I saw it, because now I'm sitting here in the exact same place I was 7 years ago, still with this debt burden over my head. Which one works best for you? Think about it. And when you think about it, honestly, it's a no-brainer. Really, it is. It's a no-brainer. So, again, if you make the right choice, and I hope you make the right choice, join our private mastermind group. It's free. It costs you nothing to join the group. Get the information. All right? 7 for 7 VIP Mastermind group. Click the button below, join the group, and let's get cracking working on that debt. Let's slay this dragon. Put on our suit of armor and slay this debt dragon. Okay? So, with that, thank you again for watching this presentation. Again, my name is Ed Smith, and I'm going to be right here with you. And you're going to walk with me hand in hand as we go through this journey together. Okay? So, click the button, join the group. Look forward to seeing you on the inside. Let's make this happen. Take care. Peace.